Keto with Dori. We are going to chat coffee today. And if you guys know me, I'm only slightly in love with and obsessed with coffee. So let's get our guest in, and we're going to have so much fun today. We are connecting. Good morning.
What do you say, Taylor?
Princess.
Say hi.
Hi.
We have a very busy day today because we have a sick mama today. So this little girl is going to be hanging out with me at work today. Right?
Hey, you're a lucky girl getting to hang out with Daddy.
Are we going to have a fun time? Yeah, she's been very good. She's not eating keto. She's got some strawberries right now. But that's still quite a good choice for a little girl to have. Much better than just having chocolate first thing in the morning.
Yes. I personally feel like paleo is a good fit for most kids. I think they should have the fruit and vegetables when they're little.
I agree. I think there is a huge benefit for those kids to be maintaining that well-balanced lifestyle, because it's also important for them to be able to try new things and get comfortable with what options there are, as opposed to having a restrictive diet. There's always a time and a place when you got to say, no, you can't have chocolate. Oh, you're going to have the cucumbers. Good for you. Good choice.
When I was young, I used to babysit for a couple who didn't let their kids have any sugar at all. And when the kids were away from their parents and they had access to it, they went nuts. There was no moderation. They didn't understand that, maybe it's okay to have a piece or two of chocolate, but maybe not 4 chocolate bars.
Very much. It's like a dog. If the dog's given the option to eat the cat's food, it's going to do it, whether it needs it or not. The same thing with kids. If they're not learning the proper response and learning that some things are good in small amounts or special treats, then you're not really doing a good service raising your children to understand that there's a wide variety of different food choices.
Yes. And even for people who don't feel that keto itself is good for kids, reducing processed foods, reducing sugars, reducing inflammatory ingredients are always going to be helpful for your kids, even if you don't feel like low carb, high fat is particularly for your kids.
Very much so. My girls, they love olives, they love they love cheese, they love avocados, but they still eat bread once in a while. They had a slice of toast this morning, but the difference is they had one slice of toast and not a whole loaf, or they didn't have a giant cinnamon bun or something like that. So it's being responsible still.
Well, and I think the average 2 slices of toast or a bowl of cereal is a standard breakfast. And then you have your lunch, which is a sandwich with 2 slices of bread. And then, of course, not a good parent if you don't add in the junky snacks, right? Bars, the muffins, the treats. All the kids get the treats at school. So I think the average kid who just eats the standard American diet, the amount of carbohydrates in one day is probably what we eat in a week.
Yeah, it can be a lot. It can be a pretty heavy load, and unfortunately, that's the situation when we start dealing with allergies in schools too. They want to minimize the exposure of some of the things that can come in, whether it's eggs or nuts and things like that. But as a result, it limits the choices that you can make for your children too. And we all like to think we're way too busy, so that's a big thing. And then really it takes just a little bit of work. Right now, she's got some little crackers here that she's got here, but she's got some cheese and she's got some local farmer's sausage, so it's going to be a good little meal.
Yes. When my son was small, he's 21. I would say he was probably about in the 2nd grade when they brought nut-free into the schools. And as a single mother, I struggled with that because I couldn't afford cheap sandwiches every day. Once a week, my son was bringing a peanut butter jam sandwich to school for economical purposes. So for me, now, when I make recipes, I do a lot with seed flours because you can send those to school. With keto, we eat a lot of nuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans. None of those can go to school. So it kind of leaves in the lurch. I get it. There are kids who are allergic to nuts, But what about kids who nuts is their main source of food?
It gets pretty tough.
That balance. So today we're going to talk about Modere Smart Coffee, and I'm so excited for you to give me the skinny. I've got my box here, and I have not yet packed it. First, I'm so excited. We're going to do the unboxing today and my first tasting too.
This is exciting. It's really good product. It's really tasty. And I'll be honest, I was very, very skeptical about it when it first came out. Okay, because there's so many different keto coffees out there.
Yes.
And they're costly. A lot of them are very expensive. I was a big fan of bulletproof coffee. I still am, but it can get a little bit expensive using it as well. Okay, because a brain octane is what is it, $70 for a bottle or something like that, and that's going to last you a month, right? You go through it pretty quick. So this is nice. You'll like it because it's actually a combination of two things. One is a very high-end coffee, basically. So it's got the caffeine. It's got actually green tea in it as well. The green tea is what has something called, there we go. So there we go. The green tea has stuff to help you sleep, ironically. It helps with sleep patterns. So that's perfect. Exactly what we need. On one hand, we need something to kind of boost us up a little bit. We need something to kind of pull us down. That is the creamer. Okay. That one is going to have a combination of the butter and the MCT oil. So you get the butyric acid from the butter, and you're going to get the MCT oil from the oils that are mixed in there. And it's a powder form, so it's super convenient. You can put it on your popcorn. You could bake with it even.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, and it's very nice, actually.
I have an MCT creamer powder that I use for baking quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
It has a little bit of sweetener in it, and I don't generally drink sweetener in my coffee, but B, then I can add it to things like muffins and cakes, and I don't need any additional sweetener.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Does one have sweetener in it, or is it a sweetener-free one?
Good question. I didn't even think to take a look at that. When the coffee does not, it has natural flavor. What that means is hard to say, right? But it also has some fruit juice and everything in it. So as far as a sweetener is concerned, let me take a look at the coffee version. And this one does not have any sweetener. Now, I do not have the creamer in front of me, so I can't even tell you, honestly.
Well, I have it, and it says no added sugar, but it doesn't, I'm looking for the ingredients here. I just want to see if there's any, keto sweetener in there, and I'm not seeing any sweetener, just natural flavors. So I'm going to say probably no. So I might really prefer this one over what I'm using with this.
Cooking with autism. You can taste the tea in it a little bit. Not a lot. It is more of a coffee, and if you mix it with a creamer, you're not going to taste it whatsoever. It isn't a strong tea flavor. It just has that little bit of a hint to it, but it's important to have the tea because you get the L-theanine in it, which can help with some sleep regulatory problems, or just make you chill out a little bit more. So.
And this gorgeous tumbler, which I just displayed the sturdiness of, because I just dropped it, and it went.
She dropped it
across my kitchen, but I love the tumbler with the lid. That is so nice when you're running out the door, or this would be great on your office desk,
Yeah.
Throw it in your purse and take it with you. It's a lot smaller size than what I normally carry around, which I think would be convenient for a lot of people.
And it keeps things warm, it keeps things cold. It's like what are those, Yetis or something? It's the same type of thing.
Wow. I'm so excited. So tell us a little bit about how you came across Modere Coffee and how your journey started. I'm really curious about that.
You want some water? Okay, you can go get some water. I'll talk for just a couple minutes. Here we go. Now, the keto coffee is kind of an interesting thing. It's really works well. Everyone loves their coffee. I've been using the liquid BioCell in my clinic for 3 years now. I use that for helping people with their joint irritation and everything because it has a combination of collagen, which our body is made up of collagen, and also hyaluronic acid. Now, the hyaluronic acid is kind of like WD-40 for your joint system, okay?
Okay.
So it makes things slide a little bit better. It gives a little bit of water retention to your skin, but not the bad water retention. This is the stuff that can help with wrinkles. So bear in mind with that one, okay? You may notice a small change in that, okay?
It is. I'm so excited. I want to tell you guys why I got the 30-day sample is we're going to do a trial. I'm going to drink it every day. We're going to talk about, any benefits that I see, what I notice, what I like. If I notice an increase in my energy, because I'd like to see that, but I don't know. I'm already like a spinning top.
So the first thing that I noticed after a little while, first of all, it's going to help with any joint discomfort and joint irritation because of the collagen, but more specifically that acid in it, the hyaluronic acid. Okay, that's the big one. It's like I said, WD-40. Okay, the other thing that's really heavily involved in it is an herb, an Ayurvedic herb. So they use that in Ayurvedic medicine over in India. It's called Bacopa. Okay. Bacopa helps with a lot of mental health functions, mental clarity, and I noticed after using it for about 4 weeks, it was like just got really focused. Just helped with the clarity, and it didn't give me a crazy amount of energy, but it really kind of gave me a little bit more driving focus and everything. Okay, so when you mix the coffee with the creamer, you get a full dose of the BioCell for your joints and your skin and your hair. So people actually notice wrinkles diminish. Hi, what's wrong?
I want to play games.
You want to play some games? Go get my bag, and you can get the iPad from it. Okay, it's right over there.
You get an iPad?
She gets to play a little bit of iPad while Daddy's doing some work, so that's good. She gets to enjoy the freedom.
Watch a little something on YouTube Kids, perhaps.
Maybe. She's more of a Minecrafter, but that's okay. The coffee is a dark coffee, okay? Bear in mind, if you're drinking it by itself, it's going to be a little bit dark, but you mix it with the creamer, it's actually quite nice. Okay. Now, I'd actually double it up. I'd put a little chocolate into it, too. A little cocoa powder, organic cocoa powder. And then it turns into a mochaccino, so it's very, very tasty that way.
I love flavored extract in my coffees. Some of my favorites are buttered rum or brandy flavor. I love salted caramel, a little bit of butterscotch. You can't go wrong. Maple and bacon.
Perfect.
Maple and bacon is my favorite.
Okay, I'll take your word for that one. So you're gonna come here and play Minecraft with me. There we go. Okay. So now, when you mix this, you're going to mix the creamer by itself, okay? So just let's get some cool water, okay? Because if you don't, it can clump up a little bit and get a little thick. Oh, right. Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So you take your creamer, you whisk it with a little cold water, add your coffee, and then add your hot water.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent, because we don't want anybody to get lumpy creamer. We want all the pro tips and tricks. We don't do the around here. Like, we want to do it good.
Exactly. I tried mixing it with a fork the first time I tried it, and it really didn't work out very good. I don't know where your girl is, little girl. You have to play another one.
Oh,
Minecraft. Now, you could do blender, but I don't find it actually works as well. Okay? I do find that whisk actually works the best.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you something about this coffee. This is not our all-day, everyday coffee, right? Like,
no.
Don't drink like 3 or 4 of these a day, right?
You shouldn't. You really shouldn't, because there is a pretty good. It is pretty potent. There is added, there's a lot of coffee in it, mainly from the coffee as well from the green coffee beans and from the tea. So it's not going to make you go really jittery or anything, but it's also not something you want to drink 8 or 9 of. Okay. And really, you shouldn't be drinking 8 or 9 coffees a day, anyways.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Drink 8 or 9 coffees. I probably drink if I'm totally honest, probably 5 or 6.
Okay. I drank 8 of those one day to see what would happen. Yeah. No, I didn't feel bad, but I was definitely feeling a little tired, a little taxed. So you got to be careful when you're taking too much caffeine, because it can really have a negative effect on your system. Which is, the whole point. That's not what you want. So, but this is a really good coffee if you're doing, that fasting in it as well. Okay, because of the MCT and caffeine. Caffeine has an effect on the liver to help promote ketosis, to generate some ketone bodies in the system. You add in the MCT oil, which gets absorbed very heavily and very quickly by the liver to get produced into ketone bodies for the brain. And it's a pretty good kick first thing in the morning. I've been using it almost 8 months now, 9 months.
Ooh.
And it's quite nice. I enjoy it.
We need to talk fasting. So I know plain coffee by itself would be okay when you're fasting. Will the creamer break your fast? And I that's debatable, right? Everyone has their own opinion on
there's
break your fast.
Yeah. There's if your body's digesting something, if you're putting something in your gut, technically speaking, you're breaking your fast. Okay, but why do you want to be in a fast to begin with? Okay, the main focus when you're doing a fast with keto is again to encourage the body to be in a state of producing ketone bodies, right? So this is going to help speed up the process a little bit and get things moving along a little bit. So that's the nice thing. And I have clients who use keto on a regular basis, and I think that's fine. That's no problems whatsoever. But we really have to really focus on why you're doing it. Are you doing it just because you want to be fasting and to be in ketosis, or do you want to feel better? Do you want to improve your health?
Yes.
And if you're looking at it that way, it doesn't really matter if you are technically breaking the fast. Are you making results? Are you getting changes? Is your blood sugar levels, are they good? Are your triglyceride levels good? Are your cholesterol levels good? Then we're fine. We're good. It's just if you have questions, then you consult with your physician.
Okay. And Dr. Ken Berry did a really good video about this where he explains breaking your fast in a meaningful way. So
very good, yeah.
You'll see a lot of the benefits of fasting, autophagy, your body slimming down, a lot of those benefits without being super, super, super strict with your fasting. But again, it depends on what your fasting goals are, the same as your weight loss goals. We're each different, each develop our plan. Now, I kind of want to touch on products like these because I feel like they're a good supplementation for some things, but these are not an excuse to not eat keto. These are
absolutely not
sticker. They're not eat a donut and pass go for free. These are meant to help you create additional benefits to a ketogenic diet. They're really not designed to replace eating healthy. You can't just take a keto coffee and not eat keto and be like, I'm keto. And that's happened before. I met a gentleman in the airport when I was on my way to KetoCon. And as soon as I said, he said, oh my God, I'm keto. He took a bag of keto pills out of his bag and he passed them to me. And he said, I take these every day. I'm keto. And I looked at it, what was in the pills wasn't even keto. There was cornstarch in there. There was wheat filler in there. There was sugar in there. I don't even know what he was taking with keto on the label. And unfortunately, people feel like if you take a keto product, you are keto.
Yeah, very much.
So
keto is a way of life. It's a lifestyle.
Yes. And I get it. The diet culture says, take this pill, take this drink, have this shake, and you will see. And they don't just say benefits; they say miraculous benefits, right? Like drink and weeks you're going to lose 20 pounds. And the reality is, we are on a lifetime journey. You know what? You might lose a bunch of weight really fast, but when you want to sustain something forever, it's really about more than 20 pounds in 2 weeks.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no quick fix. No. Consistency is always the key in everything. I tell people, if you want to get in shape or out of shape, if you want to find your health or lose your health, it all comes down to one thing: consistency. Either you're gonna consistently choose the good habits or the bad habits. You might as well choose a good one.
Most spent 30 years getting unhealthy. We're not going to, in a month, 3 months, 6 months, reverse 30 years of damage. It does take time, but I believe in keto. I believe that it's sustainable. I believe that it is doable for just about anybody on any budget, and that's the key. You don't have to be rich to eat keto. You don't need a lot of money for specialty ingredients to eat keto. Healthy is expensive, and I think I spent a lot of my youth, and especially as a single mother on a limited budget, believing that healthy food was beyond my reach. I would go to the grocery store, I would put on my, and I would say, rich people can afford to be healthy. That's not for you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we make stories, we make excuses to justify our actions in many ways, right? And I mean, it's not a fault, you know. It's quite often we don't want to be persecuted, don't want to be judged, or we don't want people to make these statements on us that we're making bad choices for our family, for our children, you know, or for our community in general. We want to make the right choices, and sometimes we might fabricate a slightly different reality because, you know, I did the same thing too when I was a single parent. You know, it was quite a few times I was like, I can't afford to do this, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. And when I sat down and went, okay, let me take a look at this here, I realized that it was a big story that I was telling myself to protect myself from being attacked by people that I felt were going to be judgmental on me.
Yes. Well, I feel that it's really easy to take a second seat behind them. I always made sure that my son had healthy options for him. And at the end of the day, whatever was left over for me. And I was a grown up and I would be just fine.
Yeah.
But I made sure, like, for example, cheese is expensive, but there was always cheese in the house. I never ate that cheese. That was my son's cheese. If somebody came over and ate the cheese, I'd be like, oh, ate the cheese.
There's certain things you just don't touch. You don't touch a person's cheese without permission, right?
Right? I think it's really easy to set aside what we need for our kids. It's really easy as a parent to say, this is valuable and important for my child. This is worth the investment. And it's really easy to flip that coin and be like, I can pick up $1.69 burger. It's fine.
Yeah, very much so. You know, we come up with a lot of rationalizations about how it is. So it's pretty interesting.
Yes. Cooking with Autism would like to know more about the company itself. It's Modere. She'd like to know started, where they're located, and where you're based out of.
Okay, it's an American company based out of Utah, actually. It's been around for about 30 years, and it is their big focus is creating healthier and cleaner homes across the world. So they want to get as many homes on board with their clean products, and their keto coffee is one of their newer products that just came out earlier this year. Now, the company does ship out of the United States, also ships out of Canada, actually out of Calgary. So that's one reason why us Canadians can get the products so quickly, because it is acceptable and sold in Canada. Now, a lot of the products, like some of the liquid biocell and products like that, do have to go through a stringent process of getting approval for any claims that we do make from Health Canada. So thankfully, the liquid biocell does have all of that. They have their NPN, so we can actually sell the product in Canada, and it can make a significant difference in people's lives. Just 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons a day. You know, that's the nice thing. It isn't a huge, dramatic lifestyle change. And, you know, while this company does want people to be healthier, they also understand the fact that it is very busy for a lot of people's lives. So we want to simplify things as much as we can. They initially had a weight management system that, in my opinion, was very, very good because it was focusing on education more than anything. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't want education. They just want a pill. Okay?
Well, and that's not a lot in the diet industry, in the community as a whole. And I think it's because for how many years we've been told that's how it is. It's not about what you eat. It's not about how you fuel your body. It's just about finding that next perfect pill.
Yeah, exactly. There's a common phrase in the weightlifting world that, you know, the best diet out there is the one that you're not on, right? Because people tend to keep looking and looking and looking for a better diet. You know, they quit after a week, quit after a couple of days, go find something different. And that creates a big problem because now you lose the consistency and you lose any progress that you'd been building up over that period of time.
Well, and that's kind of frustrating. If you've spent, 3 months in and you're working really hard and you're getting really close to your goals, it's easy to throw that away in like a couple of weeks. I know of people who within a month, they're like, you know what, I started dating someone new. It was fun. He was cooking. I ate a little off plan. It's a month later. I've gained 20 pounds.
Yeah. That's a lot of eating if you think about it. You know, in order to gain 20 pounds in a month, that's a lot of food, you know. So it's, and again, you only get out of shape like that by being consistent or anything. So, yeah, a pill is not a big fix there. Cooking with Autism, that's keto doesn't have to do with supplements. That's the nice thing, you know, like quite often I'm eating a very keto-based diet because I'm focusing a lot on plant-based and focusing a lot on good oils like olive oil and avocados and that sort of thing. You know, I also do fasting in the morning. I tend to not to eat a lot of breakfast in the morning except for having a little bit of the coffee and with the MCT oil and the butter, and that's about it. You know, that's my journey. That's my story. That's not what I recommend in my clients. I tell my clients definitely take a look at something a little bit balanced, like the Mediterranean style diet, or something like the current Canada Food Guide, where there is a massive reduction in the amount of carbohydrates in the diet. So when you start looking at it from that perspective, you're focusing on plants and vegetables, which is what we should be doing anyways. And then you can start making the branch over into keto, where you start introducing some of the proteins and some of the different fats into the lifestyle. So it's not a far stretch. It's very interrelated to each other.
Oh, I love it. So I just want to let my people on Facebook know my phone died and glitched out. I have got the live starting again, and I think we'll end up screen recording the Instagram for everybody because it's going to be broken in pieces, and now I can't save the first piece. But I'll figure it out for you guys. You know I'm creative. I will figure out a way to get it reposted so that you guys don't miss out. So, closing thoughts, sir. What do you love about the coffee, and why would you recommend that people try it? I mean, obviously you recommended I try it, and you sent it to me so I could. So I'm curious what you love about it and what you say to people when you feel like they should try it.
Well, you know, my big focus on a lot of people when it comes to changing or shifting to a different coffee isn't necessarily that they have to use this one. My big focus is to get people away from, you know, the cheap dollar store brands or the really low-end coffees that can potentially have more contaminants or whatever it might be, poor quality, poor growing conditions, or even unethical work conditions for the workers, and trying to get something that is more sustainable, something better, higher quality, and something that is just generally a little bit tastier and healthier. Coffee in general is so full of antioxidants called polyphenols that it's crazy not to use it. But there is a lot of kickback from people saying that, you know, coffee's bad, you shouldn't have coffee, and on and on and on. And I don't think really that's the case. I think coffee, when used as a tool, is fantastic. It's a really big thing. Now, since I do tell a lot of my clients to use the liquid biocell, that's one of the segues I use into the coffee, because sometimes they don't want to have a tablespoon of fruit juice or something like that, which is what the liquid biocell is. They want to just have their coffee in the morning. They just want to try a keto coffee, or they want some of the other health benefits that the MCT oil and some of the herbs can give you as far as mental focus, clarity, or even just anti-aging and brain health. So that's when I would really look at it. I get my parents using the coffee as well. I use it on a regular basis, and, you know, I quite like it. The taste is good, and it helps me get through the day, especially with these little ones here.
Right? When we need our high. And if
Yes.
anybody wants to try it out and do the 30-day trial with me, I have included a link on Facebook that you gave me for people to order that will save them $10.
That's perfect, yeah.
So if you're interested and you want to try it, save a little money to try it. We all need to save a little. It's Christmas coming, right? That's more stocking stuffer that you can get for your kids.
Well, there's also a thing with this coffee or any of the products is it's a 30-day return policy.
Oh, okay.
So if you buy it, 15 days in, you're like, I really don't like it. You contact the company, you tell them, you have to pay for shipping to get it back. But I mean, that's the same as Amazon or anywhere else. You can ship it back, they'll refund your money, no problems, no questions asked.
Nice.
So it's an empty box guarantee. You know, try it. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, send it back, and that's still fine. You still get to try some of the benefits.
I think that's great. I had a lot of products that at the end didn't really do what they said they would do. I didn't see any benefit, but it's not like they offer you your money is back.
Exactly. So you want to look at some companies that are going to be a little trustworthy, that the companies are going to go out of their way to make sure that the customers are happy.
And you and I are a Canadian connection, and that's so cool. The keto is starting to grow more and more around Canada. I have more keto friends.
Hey, that's good. More keto friends is always a good thing to have, right?
We're always looking for more keto friends. Now, speaking of friends, do you guys have a Facebook group or anything where you can gather to chat about the Modere coffee?
Yeah, there is, and actually, I could always. The best way to do it is actually get in touch with like yourself or me, and then I can add you to the group, and you can see some of the different information and provide it from there. That's what the easiest way to do it, because we try to keep it really intimate, close knit. You know, we're not hiding it, but we're trying to make sure that there aren't spammers or there was other people who are trolls or whatever jumping to the group, because that's a real problem nowadays, right? As you know, right?
Oh, even in my own group, I've noticed the bigger your group gets, the more spammy posts you get, the more you have to watch out for. I've noticed a new post in lots of groups lately that says the warning, we are now deleting inactive members. You have a half an hour to click on this link. And it's a thing that's going around people. So it is important for us to keep an eye out on safety for our members as well. So
Exactly. Very much so.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me on Monday and sharing the princess. That's like a day.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
Perfect. My pleasure, Dory.
Have a great day, hon. Bye.
You too. Take care, okay? Bye.
Okay, there we go. So we are split into two parts. It's going to take me probably a couple hours to get this sorted and figure out how I'm still going to get the content up for you guys. But you know I'm creative. Technology is sadly not my friend. Let's be honest for 2 seconds. Technology and me, we're not like this. We're not. I'm just going to put that out there. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget, the voting is officially open for the Keto Chow Holiday Recipe Challenge. I have entered. Why, yes, I have. I will share a link for you guys where you can go and vote. I went to the webpage today, and you get to vote for each of the contestants and their recipes. It's amazing. You click on the recipe, it shows you the whole recipe. You can print it out from there and save them. I highly encourage you guys to do that. Go to the Keto Chow website and start printing off all the recipes like a madman. And also, if you feel so inclined to vote for me, I would like that. No pressure, but I would certainly appreciate some votes. If I win the prize, I will be donating it to Avalon's Hoorah Christmas boxes for the Marines. So stay tuned. The voting is in effect now, and the winners will be announced, I believe, December 10th. So we got lots of time to get in and vote. I hope you guys try all the yummy treats. I'm so excited. Have an amazing day, guys. Let's get our